Hello and welcome to another edition of Gemolicious African Minerals and Fossils. I'm Francis, that's Jono, that's Brian, Cara, and that's Sean in the distance walking with a big handsome brown dog. This is Top Rock. If you're new here, happy days and welcome. We are Africa's most reputable, oldest, jolliest wholesale provider of minerals and fossils. Yes, we are a wholesaler, which means there's a minimum order of 10 kilograms because we're in Africa. Yes, that's right, far away. And the shipping hasn't come cheap, so that 10 kg minimum just makes the per kg rate a little bit more affordable. Having said that, the exchange rate today is 17.66 to the dollar. Something's going on. It's not often that the rand would be doing better, but it is what it is. Happy days. It's good for us buying, not so much for good for you buying. Doesn't matter. It's marginal. We always round up to the top anyway. Cara's got a whole little short story down in the description. If you are new, please take the time to read it. Reach out. Our email's there. We'll help create you an account. Apart from that, she's also going to put all the claimed flats in the comment section, pinned to the top. So if you are watching a bit later, you can see what's available and what's not. I can see Cara's burning to say something.
Guys, please confirm your orders. We do have a 7-day payment policy. Please don't forget to confirm your orders. Thank you.
Confirm your orders or feel the wrath of Cara, even worse, Renat. It's been a while since we've checked out the fluorescence and stuff, and hey, the first trolley seems to have quite a lot of promise. Let's start with the highlight opal. Yes, please. There we go. Highlights glows like only highlight can glows. Nice. Okay, so yes, we have
all
evidence.
Of them glow.
There we have. All right, then there's the soda light. So the soda lights is a funky one. Sometimes they go to red. And Cara, sorry,
Yeah.
I can't keep pace with you. Here we go. Calm down. Oh, there we go. She glows a lovely red. Old stock in any river.
Francis. There we go.
There we go. All right, so not all of them though.
It's weird because it kind of looks glowy, sort of, kind of.
It's a testament to the quality of the solar lights if they do glow. It's just reflecting the UV. Right, unconvincing performance by the soda light. I'm very disappointed in you guys. Right, then, Harare Nightlife Rock. Yes, please. This is Ruby Corundum at about 1 o'clock in the morning, looking for their next dance floor. There's 6 of these little fellas in here. Oh, there we go. There's one in Cara's hand. That's a nice one. Here's another nice one. Yeah, they are beautiful. Ruby Corundum. Next up, the watermelon fluorite polished versions. And
they glow blue.
They go like fluorite goes. Well, not all fluorite does glow. Just like not all calcite. And then we've only got one wave of UV, so fair to say we're quite stupid in that way. So that's nice. And then the last one, oh, hello. That is a beautiful, this was a cluster, I think it's right at the end of the first trolley. This is highlight opal galore. But the kicker in the daylight is all the very nice blue thwaitite. Beautiful, but there's 2 in this flat.
A little highlight in there.
Yeah, a little glowworm of highlight, and it does come with a little friend, and the little friend has no highlight. It's no highlight friend. Right, onto the first trolley. Right, onto the first flat. We got some beautiful Sashi River red agate, some partly polished little nodules of gorgeousness. This flat of 12 here is rated as very good to A grade. Let's just take a look at the 12. Let me put that little light off. Sweet. Now, these are actually quite beautiful. I haven't been totally ensconced and happy with the sashi that's come out lately. Couple of bland options in every flat, but this flat actually looks really, really good. And it's funny because I would have had these. Okay, this is probably the only one that's not A grade, but that's still pretty attractive as far as agates are concerned. This flat's going to cost $36. That's for 12 very nice sashi rivers. That's a flat 894. Right, PT Moonstone, also known as Runestone. It's just feldspar and quartz, man. And because it's a lacquer feldspar moonstone type, it has a nice little chatoyancy sometimes, not that one. There's 6 of these spheres. They weigh 1.03 kilograms. They're rated as a very good to A grade. I'm looking for that chatoyancy now. It's not being coy. There's a little bit of shimmer. There's a whole lot of shimmer. What's that? Peachy essence? Or Runo essence? These are 6 little peach jobs. They're going to cost you all of $30. That is $5 a sphere, flat 766. Onto some Solwezi limonite, 3 clusters, 1.7 kilos, all rated as very good only. Nice color. Oh, is that malachite? No, it's not. It blew away. Nice red hematoid there. Three very nice little limonite clusters. These are going to cost $39. That is flat 785. Onto some libethenite for the copper junkies. This is very much of a collectible item. There's a whole lot of libethenite on top of goethite. These are 6 specimens. They're rated as very good to A grade. They weigh 1.27 kilograms. These are really large crystals for libethenite. And not so large. So, the malachite, these obviously happen in the oxidation zones of copper deposits. Large libethenite. All of these with quite a lot of goethite. Not the usual deposit we see. These 6 little bethanites are going to cost $76. That is for flat 863. Onto some blue lace agate polished freeforms. 6 of these rated very good. I don't actually spend enough time on these because given a bit of time, you can see there's some really nice flowery patterns. The tops. It's a nice old-fashioned, look at those flowery banded patterns. That's beautiful. So this is some of the stock that Nick picked up and now sprayed recently. It's old-fashioned stuff. Old-fashioned polishing as well. Very nice flats of polished blue lace. It's going to cost $54 for the 6, and that is for flat 831. Right, Book and Hote hook, but this is a very nice flatted Book and Hote hook. This is dark purple. On the flip side, the sinister side of lilac. And they're beautiful, clean. These are rated very good to A grade, 760 grams. She's a beauty. Here's a nice fair amount of bit of self-healing at the tip there. Limonite at the base. Same with this one, limonite. Very nice. Nice to get the dark purples, dark lilacs from Bucanotuk. They are a bit of a rarity. This flat here is going to cost $44. That's 760 grams for flat 836. Nice, nice. Then, if you missed the show a couple of days ago, we learned a couple of things from Vusi, and one of the most important life hacks there is you can take a horse to the water, but unless you have a rose quartz in your pocket, it's not going to drink. So we can solve this by having a nice big chunky piece of Northern Cape rose quartz. These 12 weigh 2.3 kgs, rated very good to A grade. They're going to cost $23 only. That is for flat 810. Onto some bastite or dragon's bloodstone. There are 2 standing free forms in this flat, 1.34 kgs, rated very good to A. Let's have a look-see at that beautiful Piemontite. That's Piemontite on Epidote matrix. And you can say it with me, bastite. That's what it is. It's bastite. These 2 are going to cost $46. That is for flat 788. Then to a porno orange sunset. Well, orange, what do you call this? There was a name for this. Orange twist. This is Malagasy. Orange calcite. And it is a deep, deep orange. Tower, the tip is intact. It just has a little white edge to it. So let's just zoom in on that. Yeah, no faults there. Just coincidence that it had to end up with a white bit. That's 1.12 kgs. It's very good. It's going to cost $31. That's for a large orange calcite tower, flat 782. Then we got some beautiful, very, very good to A grade tiger eye from Priska here in South Africa. And famous for that beautiful chatoyancy. There's 35 of these little fellas. There's a nice streak of hematite there as well. Just look at that. That's beautiful. These 35 weigh 1.84 kilos. They're going to cost a staggering $25. That is for flat 889. For $25, happy days. Onto some polished watermelon fluorite, and a few sales ago we had some polished fluorite that was ghastly. This is much, much nicer. These are polished faces. They are pretty good finish. I think this is also from the Nelspruit stock. I don't think Gary's ever done these particular shapes, cut these shapes before. Some very nice polished watermelon fluoride, rated as very good to A grade, 1 kg on the dot. That's going to be $40 for the 12. That is flat 803. Next up, we've got a very fancy flat of chrysocolla. There's 12 of these little beauties, 910 grams, all rated as A grade. I'm going to take my time with this one. Little stalagmites on this one. Have a look at that. Let's put a juicy. No juicy here, but small little stalagmite. Well, that could very well be the pseudomorph that azurite, the malachite chrysocolla after azurite. It's a bit of a, I think it's heterogenite, the black in the background. Feel kind of, this one feels very fragile. It's got a, this is loose here. You see, it's loose there. I'm not going to play with that too much. Here we got some nice juicy coated chrysocolla and native copper in the juicy, which makes very nice, colourful addition of the chrysocolla. Same here. This is beautiful. Very thin, very light as well. Apologies for the scraping noises on the side. The guys are mixing concrete. We're building, well, everyone has a storage problem, don't we? Well, we're building another warehouse. This little flat of 12A grade chrysocolas covered in juicy. That's going to be $146 for flat 867. On to 3 Bucanotuk clusters. This one's interesting. There's 3 clusters. They weigh 1.51 kilos. That one's quite remarkable. A little cute. Nice thin base as well. More crystal and less quartz base. That's what we say. Well, if we can help it. Very nice 3 clusters. It's going to cost $73 for the 3. That's flat 819. Then on to some Salros. That's Cobultion Dolomite. These 12 are rated very good to A grade, 1.66 kilos. And get the one. There was 1 or 2 specimens here that Cara absolutely loved. The Dolomite had made spikes. That one, this one here. Check this out. This is very cool. That little cluster there. That is, ask Nick about that. That's Dolomite. That's very cool. A bit of Kowezite on there. Then I think there was another one. No, I might have missed it somewhere. Nice big vug. Look at these crystals. Yeah, that's cool. This flat of Salros is going to cost $57. That is for flat 789. Next up, we got some Harari Nightlife rock. This is verdite with ruby corundum. The ruby corundum, of course, glows aggressively beneath the UV. I'm going to show you just now on 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Nice, very good to A grade, 1.18 kilos for the hooligans of Zimbabwe Nightlife, flat 792 is $44. Right, large zircon crystals. These are from Zimbabwe. It's a lot of them. These are rated as good, very good to A grade, 1.68 kilograms. And, tell you what, it is, what is that again? It is tetragonal prismatic shapes. Tetragonal. Some serious zircon, happy days. This flat's going to cost $68. That is flat 804. Next up, some highlight opal. We've got 6 Irongo specimens here with tourmaline and smoky quartz, as well as feldspar vermiculite. 6 altogether weigh 790 grams. Show you the UV just now as well. This is a large one with quite a lot of highlight opal, bit of tourmaline, bit of smoky quartz.
Have you noticed anything?
Here's a very nice, good lustrous black tourmaline shawl with some highlight opal. So yes, have any of you noticed something? Has anyone noticed anything?
I was talking to
You gotta ask yourself, what have you not noticed? And if you get it wrong, Cora's gonna be so upset. She put a lot of puzzling into this. I'm not gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna wait for the comments and see how that goes. Come on, guys, get it right. Right, this flat of highlight opal is $45. That's for flat 814. Next up in the green box, we got some beautiful Lacassi malachite on dolomite with covered in druzy. Some have ball malachite formations, but this is pretty cool. 1.29 kilograms worth of glitter, rated very good to A grade. That's a lot of juicy for 12 of these. It's gonna cost $75 for their green beauties. That's flat 828. Next up, from the now sprayed stock, we got Sodalite and Pyrite. This one here in the corner, hiding away because it's shy. A lot of Pyrite there. That's very cool. There's 70 of these small little palm stones or freeforms. And I'll tell you what, for 70 of these that weigh 1.18 kgs, $25 is an absolute steal. This is flat 837. And if anyone's keen, there's another one right beneath it. In fact, I'll just show this. So this is 1.18. Rand-wise, it's 440. This one's 440 as well. It weighs slightly more, 1.48 kgs. Not rated. This one is rated, the other one's not, but it will be the same. It'll be A grade to very good. So yeah, there's that option for exactly the same price as 837. That's $25. Then we've got some, how to put this politely, we've got some chevron amethyst of the lower degree. This is a pretty good lapping material, if anything. What does it say? Yes, it's lapidary material, good to very good. 2.43 kilograms. These 6 large chunky chevrons are going to cost you all of a, Cora points out that's special. It's $21 for the 6, flat 807. Onto a beauty, a little Malacola Magic. That is chrysocolla and malachite. Kind of a small one. It's a very nice polish. 1.26 kilos. It's rated very good. I suppose it could stand like this as well, which it kind of almost doesn't. Stand. What's wrong with you, Malacola? This little Malacola is going to cost all of $62. That's for flat 820. Next up, we got a beautiful Bucanotuc cluster. Weighs 1.67 kilos. It is rated very good only. Nice large windows, nice clean. Oh, this one's got loads of terminations. It's a beautiful cluster. It's going to cost, what's that going to cost? $73 for that. That is for flat 842. Then from the Orange River, tissue, excuse me. Ew, here comes the allergies. Here we go. From the Orange River, some nice red hematoids on a reasonably thick layer of quartz. But these crystals are beautiful. It weighs 2.48 kilograms. This red hematoid is going to cost $51. That's from the Orange River. That's flat 838. Then I've got a beautiful large museum or large cabinet juicy coated ball malachite from Lakasi with gorgeous patterns, and it is decorated all round. And I'm not going to be able to lift this. So, hey, Jono, can you help me quickly? Please, man. Oh, geez, that is heavy. Yeah, just lift that up for me. So it's 8.34 kilos, very good to A grade. It is all round. Jono's going to turn it around for me. Shot. There we go. Lots of more juicy, more malachite, more magic, more Congolese gorgeousness. Thanks, mate. That is it's going to cost $504. That is just look at that. That's beautiful little crystalline juicy bridges everywhere. $504 for flat 851. Then a beautiful Salrose centerpiece. It's a Cobultion dolomite. It's nice large crystals with a bit of Corwezite in the mix as well. You can see that well-formed dolomite right there. It's 1.71 kilos, rated as very good. It is quite large at the bottoms. Nice little vein running there with more Salrose. That little centerpiece is going to cost $55. That's for flat 830. And then last on the first trolley is an absolute winner. Look at the foytite. This is Erongo Smokies. I don't know if there's highlight opal. There is. We'll have to look. But that is a beautiful cluster. Look at that centerpiece in the middle. A nice big vug with black tourmaline as well. There's the highlight opal. But this is the winner. Look at the blue foytite. Now, foytite's usually a dull, drab, grey, gunmetal grey. This actually exhibits blue. We're waiting for more to come from Namibia, hopefully within the next week. That's really good news. Foytite, a rarity of note, and you'd be expecting to pay a fortune for this, which would be a correct expectation, but it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be $31 for flat 834. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Righto, just before the second trolley, we're going to admire a large, beautiful smoky cluster from Erongo with highlight opal. And a lot of highlight opal indeed. There we go.
Show host has appeared.
Right, and then also more, this is a flat of 2 specimens. This is mostly feldspar with a kind of hint of black tourmaline, but with quite a nice bit of highlight opal. The larger in there does this is black tourmaline that has no highlights. And Cara likes to think that, yeah, no, this is better quality. The soda light on this trolley, that
Look,
is very nice.
Check that one.
Yeah. Ooh, see, Cora's, you know, you just need to talk a little fancy pets with the soda lights. Yes, please. These are very nice fluorescent, very good quality soda light. Go figure. Nice. To the second trolley, and we are straight into the nail spray stocks. This is looks like banded tiger iron. Small little polished jobs. Probably not the best one. Stock item. It's from the Northern Cape. Oh, that's a lot of hematite. These are rated very good to A grade. Any one of these bags weigh 1 kilogram. Look all round. Can't really see with the plastic. That looks decent. It's nice. There's a winner over there. Anyway, this is $13 per kilogram. So yeah, $13 per bag. 1 kilo each. Stock item $9.13. Onto some pale witchy witch book and note hook. These are the pale variety with a lot of limonite on the sides. 1.23 kgs, rated very good to A grade. That's clean windows and always a bit of limonite right beneath the window panes. These 12, they're going to set you back $43. That is for flat 793. Just want to have a look at this larger one again. Nice. Right, on to some honeycomb aragonite from Namibia. There's 35 of these little beasties. They weigh slightly more than 2 kilograms. And beautiful aragonite, almost translucent, very translucent. Yeah. This aragonite, that's going to cost $42. This is for flat 4, well, 687. Right, on to some very good to A grade dioptase. 6 specimens weighing 600 grams. So let's have a little look. You see here, nice big gemmy crystals. It's an interesting one, almost crystalline, small crystalline dioptase. Very nice flat of dioptase this. So wait to see if it's less than $100, in which case I reckon that's well worth it. $197. That's what it's worth. Flat 769. Right, on to some more very beautiful, delicious AA, and very good grade chrysocolla. 980 grams. Proper pseudomorphs. Chrysocolla after malachite, after azurite. Nice bit of malachite over the side. Bit of heterogenite in there as well. The largest one. Lots of rock at the base. But look at the juicy and look at that copper infusion in the juicy. Little forest of chrysocolla.
Did you see my phone?
Has anyone seen Cora's phone? Oh, look at that blade of malachite there. That's quite remarkable. Maybe not in the dark room. That's beautiful. I wonder what this sells. I wonder if that's not plant sites. Hey, Nick. This whitish skeleton. Plant site? It's weird.
It looks like it's dolomite shale.
Dolomite shale.
That's dolomite shale, yeah. Very stunning, beautiful piece.
Yeah, it's a nice frame.
I love this crystalline druzy coated chrysocollars, and that they're gorgeous. Actually wonder how it formed and how many periods it formed over to get that effect.
Well, to say that this is from the same deposit that has all the pseudomorphs, chrysocolla after malachite after.
Yeah, so you can see the malachite was first there, and it's obviously oxidized with the chrysocolla at the top, and then the dolomite crystallization is growing on the top of that again.
Pretty
Probably
cool.
3 different growth periods at least.
Nice. Dolomite shale. Right, this little flat of 6 beauties, they're going to cost $126. That's for flat 846. Next up, we got some Buchanut hook. They are 35 little, well, beautiful clusters. All are uniform except for this rather palish one. But yeah, no, this is a beautiful flat of Buchanut hook. If you like a bit of spirit quartz, then happy days. Rated as very good to A grade. This flat here is $74. That is flat 849. Very nice flat of bookies. Right, on to some Salros. 6 specimens. 1.47 kilograms. This Cobultion dolomite from the Congo. There's a bit of Kuwaitite on the side. That's beautiful.
Oh, that is gigantic here. Yeah.
Ooh, there's a shot in the background of nature. I'm going to see what they're banging on about. All right, what's happening? What's happening?
Gigantilopithecus.
Oh man, it's a bloody locust.
Big boy.
What terrible flyers.
He's green armor.
You can be lucky you're nowhere close to my rocket plant, you little. Otherwise, that would be the largest flat locust there is. Right, that was thrilling stuff. Right, where was I? Salros. This flat of 6 Salros. That one particular is very attractive. Very attractive. Like very, very, very attractive. That's $50 for the 6, flat 802. Right, from Karoi, we get some beautiful red hematoids. There's 4 little clusters in here. Large windows. Ooh, look at that. That is very nice. That beautiful white phantom on the inside. Likewise there, with a veil of lepidocrocite just on the inside. That's very cool. These 4 are rated as very good to A grade, which is unusual for Karoi stuff because they usually come chipped beyond recognition. But these are gorgeous. Some self-healing going on there. That's a very nice. See the secondary growth of quartz over that red veil. Beautiful flats of red hematoids. $44 is what this is going to cost for flat 190. Very nice. Then we got some cornelian bulbs. This is from Madagascar. 3 of these rated very good to A grade, and you can see why. That's really, really nice. They weigh 1.22 kilograms. That's a smallie one. Beautiful red cornelians. This will make a nice sphere holder. I think I'm going to do that. These cornelian spheres are going to cost $45. Flat 705. Onto some clear, shiny quartz points from Madagascar. Very good to A grade. 1.24 kilos for 12. Let's look for some interesting stuff here. Clear quartz is clear. And they're all clear. Here's an interesting little side crystal. Also polished. Very nice flat of polished points. That's going to be $45 for the 12. That's for flat 796. Next up, we've got 106 little, let's just zoom out a little bit, 106 little silky malachite crystals. Everything, well, some are silky. This one over here is a bit more botryoidal. These are rated good, very good to A grade. I actually see a lot of really nice A grade. Very nice flat of malachite. It's going to cost $43 only, which is a bargain and a no-brainer for the retailers out there. This is flat 890. Very nice. Right, onto a flat of old-fashioned. We had so much of it, we were going to we're going to tumble everything we see, because tumbling is easy, right? No. Tell you what, I'm going to take them out because there's some aquamarine in here. Oh, if I can only do it. Yes, here we go. Oh, don't see the number. Right, so right here we have, can you believe it, aquamarine tumbles in amongst some pre-night tumbles. So there's a bit of a blend going on here. But yeah, you don't often see aquamarine being tumbled.
It just says aquamarine barrel.
Really?
Doesn't say pre-night.
Doesn't say pre-night? Okay, I am wrong then. This is just aquamarine. It is 500 grams worth of aquamarine tumblestones. Something a little different. That's so definitely aquamarine. Some greenies as well. $43 is what this is going to cost. That is good to very good grade only. $43 for flat 463. Cool. Next up, some very nice. Oh, no. Some one very good and one double A grade rose quartz sphere. This, I suspect, will be the very good version. So, see if I can get the sun in here. I see no evidence of asterisms. I see vowels though, but the double A is a big fail. Do you need a bit of sun? Why are you looking guilty, Fig? Here we go. Straight off the bat night. And on the flip side, too. Very cool. That's double A grade. Happy days. That's George. Happy days. Yeah. One was easy, the other one I didn't even bother. 1.3 kilos. These two rose quartz spheres are going to cost $39. That is super cheap for rose quartz spheres, flat 805. Then we got some Shiretsi. This is good to very good grade Shiretsi amethyst, famous for its skeletal nature. And they come out with some nice scepters as well. It's a very large point for Shiretsi, that is. Beautiful clean window, but the smokiness in there. This little flat here is gonna set you back all of $41. That is for flat 969. Some Shiretsi. Then we had this little flat in the fluoro room, and what looks like ordinary dull, badly formed feldspar is covered in highlight opal and a bit of black tourmaline. That's that one. Oh, that's actually much nicer on the other side. Better formed feldspar and highlight opal. Then a very nice, beautiful, lustrous black tourmaline. That's a big tourmaline, man. Memory serves correct. There was no highlight opal on this beastie. That is a beautiful black tourmaline. Shoal. Crystal. 1.17 kgs. One's rated as good. This one's rated as A grade. They're going to cost $50. That is flat 897. Onto some Congolese Lakasi. Malachite. Some of it's ball, most of it's botryoidal, but it's all malachite covered in beautiful juicy. 940 grams is what it weighs. This is an interesting one. There's always two sides to a malachite, isn't there? Nice flat of Congolese green shininess. $51 for the 12, flat 895. Then onto some sodalite. We had these to Cara's absolute joy and euphoria. They are top-notch quality and show up a nice angry red beneath the fluorescent light. It's 1.61 kilos, rated very good to A grade. This flat's only going to cost $24. That's very nice. Flat 866. Righto, on to some pre-night. You might know the botryoidal types from Morocco. This is from the Northern Cape here in South Africa. Rated very good. These more traditional pre-nights are cohabited by some tabular crystals. This one specifically, which makes it kind of bloody gemmy, bloody marvelous, hell of a rare and very nice. That's very cool. This one's also got some tabular crystals. 5 specimens. Some more tabular, you can see them shine. 1.09 kilograms. This pre-night here is pretty special. It's going to go for $86. That is for flat F12. Right, on to some more Orongo Magic. This is a large smoky quartz with a weird extrusion, quartzy-like extrusion. So let's just lift this to the light, see if anything, not much going on there. Some nice white veils beneath the surface. So a lot of irradiation that happened here. So a lot of growth on the other side as well. A lot of stories to be told by this little fella. It is to a certain degree double terminated. Joined in this flat by a large cluster of smoky and a hell of a lot of really top-notch high-grade foytite. That is that beautiful blue mineral. We puzzled about this for quite a while until recently, but that is absolutely gorgeous and bloody rare. Nice foytite all around, and this is blue foytite. Just so you know, for reference, actually, Mr. Cairncross refers to foytite as fluoro foytite, for whatever that means academically. 2.33 kgs, rated very good. This flat is going to set you back $45. That alone is worth it. That is flat 7767. Right, on to one of the most gorgeous centerpieces. This is a large smoky quartz cluster with loads of little crystals in the mix and a lilac opal. Look at that highlight opal. Just look at it. Look at it. It is gorgeous. Nice, well-formed black tourmaline as well. So just take my time here. I want to see these little quartz crystals in the mix here. This is an absolutely beautiful specimen. I'd love to own that specimen. It's that beautiful. 2.27 kilograms, rated only very good. It's going to cost $103. Hey, that's a bargain for flat 795. Right, next up is an absolute beautiful silky malachite specimen with all kinds of secrets. It's got layers of botryoidal in there. We'll just try to lift this little green sandwich up. Oh my lord, that's 4.16 kilograms. But look at the chatoyancy, especially those vugs, man. That is stunning. Yes, Cora. But you've got to hold it up so it's in the sun. Here we go. Let's see how long can Cora hold this up for. Isn't that gorgeous, Cora? That you want to hold it forever and ever. Nice. An absolute stunner. 4.16 kilos. Rated as very good. Let's just go back to these vugs there. These beautiful, velvety, shiny, chatoyant, botryoidal malachite right there in the middle. That is stunning. This piece is going to cost $105. That is for flat 855. Thanks, Cara. Beautiful. Here we go. Then Bucanotuk brings us another very thin layered Bucanotuk cluster. This is always a bonus. It's rated as A grade. There's one or two nice long crystals. A whole lot of double, triple terminations. This A grade is 1.85 kilograms. It's going to cost all of it's the 105 run. $105 for flat 853. Right, this is not going to be $105. Was that just 103? Sorry, 103, 105. Beautiful strontium deluxe here from Sakahoni in Madagascar. It's got a nice large blue gem there. The vug stretch is not too deep so that it gets dark. Yeah, beautiful quality. This is very good to A grade. 9.52 kilograms worth of celestite. It's going to cost $214. That is for flat 812. Onto some polished quartz points from Madagascar, 1.44 kilos. Very good to A grade. Lovely clarity. It has that beautiful veil there. Sure, that's beautiful. Nice rainbows. Very cool. This is $42 for the 2 points. That is flat 886. Last on the second trolley, we've got a lovely polished little Malacola spec here. It's only 800 grams of absolutely gloriousness. So bring this to the light. You see those beautiful banded patterns by the malachite. It's polished on all sides. It's chrysocolla malachite. It's a beauty. It's only 800 grams, rated very good to A grade. It's going to cost all of $35. Nice. Flat 786. Right, so they've been shoveling spades across concrete, which is always great for their nerves. I just want to come and see. Like I say, we've all got the same problem. Space is always a problem, especially if you're a big mafuta like Albert. So they're building another warehouse. So how's the warehouse going?
Yeah, going good.
Hey?
Yeah.
Oh, damn monkeys. Why can't you get rid of them? Let's see what they're doing. Sorting out rubbish, no doubt. Salon cool.
Yeah.
Here we go. The foundations here. This is usually where Gary hangs out. That's his little, wow, his section has now been annihilated, making way for more storage space. Sure. And how long is that going to last before we need more storage space? Tell you what, man, storage space. What's Albert working on? That just looks like rubbish. That looks like rubbish. Some barytes. And some Lowena crystals. You say you like unikite, Albert?
Nice one. Nice.
Unikite, this is no doubt from Messina. There is a lot of unikite up there, close to north of Louis Trichardt. And I mentioned this a while ago, but this is how Nick actually started his business. He used to take a little, like a half-ton bucky, go and pick up the unikite. And back in, 30, 40 years ago, unikite was selling... Let me actually ask you, because I can't remember. But it was so cheap, it was barely worth it. Hey, Nick. Please remind me. Back in the days when you just started this business, how much was unikite? And you had to do like little buckies of it.
For 2,000 rand a ton, 1,500 rand a ton.
1,500 a ton.
Yeah. Bring it all the way down from northern Transvaal We used to do these little PX containers, 5-ton PX containers, and bring it down.
PS
But
container.
then I did find it on the side of the road, you know.
You just pick it
In the
up.
middle of nowhere, so yeah. So that was my first.
And that's how it started.
Yeah, actually, I was on Venetia Diamond Mine doing a job inside there, and there was unicorn all over the place there. And they had 60,000 hectares, and it was on the peripheries
Of the mine.
Yeah, so.
And before you wiped out your eyes, you building more warehouse space.
I know.
Shocking. I'm sure everyone is the same. Thanks, Vic. Right, third trolley up, and we got a couple of items here we want to just inspect with a UV. I'm going to start with, little octahedral fluorite. So some of these do fluoresce and some don't.
Prime example.
No,
There's one.
there's one that fluoresces very nicely. As well as that one.
Is that fluorescing or is that just reflecting? That looks like it's reflecting.
Yeah, you could be right. Can't see where these go.
Reflecting. That's reflecting. That's fluorescing.
Oh yes, no, that's definitely fluorescent. Right, so some do, some don't. That's the octahedral rimfuss marks. And then for shits and giggles, Cora got some of the coral flower agate to see if there's any excitement there. Not really.
That's fluorescing though.
Ooh, yes, that is calcite, must be.
The one in your hand was as well. Isn't that fluorescing yellow?
I think so.
You can't really see it on camera. That looks like fill. Full.
Filler.
The one. Okay, that was fun. These fluoresce. No doubt ski about ski.
So we've got some little septari hearts. And the calcite there definitely gets excited. So, ooh, that's nice. Cool. Then the last flat, what did that? Oh, this is the.
Well, I was curious about it, but it's weird because
What is
it's
it?
quartz. So
Quartz is not going to fluoresce
yeah.
unless there's some
You
wicked
see those weird white.
spots.
Anyway, interesting.
And then the Sauvage, little dragon's egg, aragonite, lots of calcite. Calcite obviously does get excited. Sort of only looks dirty beneath the beneath the UV. Right, let's get on with it. Right now, on to the third trolley. We got a beautiful flat of Swazi bloodstone. That is some rough cobbed gold banquet. That's a lovely amount of jade right there, bit of quartzite as well. Lots of pyrite. This weighs 2.93 kilograms. There's a whole lot of cabochons there. Rated as very good to A-grade lapidary material. This flat here is going to cost $30. That is for flat 801. Onto a very attractive flat of 12 limonites. And immediately, let's run to the inclusions. Look at those beautiful hematite window or veils beneath the surface. There's little spots there. That's goethite in the making. A little sandwich of limonite. These are rated good, very good to A grade. 1.83 kilograms is what this limonite is weighing. It's going to cost $42. That is for flat 821. Then Cora's pick for the day, we got some coral flower agate freeforms, and we immediately turn our attention to the cavernous vug in one of them. Loads of juicy on the inside, no hole, but the light does come through there very nicely. That is beautiful. Let's put that in the light. But there's 12 of them. And Cora and myself concurred that they do fluoresce for whatever it's worth. These are rated as good, very good to A grade. They really are very pretty. These are going to cost $33 for the 12. That's pretty good. That's damn decent. That is flat 870. On to some funky malachite, bladed malachite. 22 in this flat, 470 grams, rated very good A2 double A grade. 22, these little buttes. Little pseudomorphs, little malachite after azurite. Ooh, look at this. That is awesome. Very nice flatter, funky malachite. It's going to cost $125. That is for flat 817. Then on to 23 little chrysocolla malachite cocktails. So little ones right here. Look at that little special knob there. Right there's a little thumbnail of deliciousness. Juicy malachite, chrysocolla, copper in the juicy. The other little one is nice. There we go. More juicy. Oh, whilst Nick is busy, sorry, if you can hear that sound in the background, I showed once upon a time a while ago. It's one of the ways we clean rocks. It's called a textile gun. Textile gun. So if you haven't seen this before and you don't use one yourselves, man, you need to get one of these because it is absolutely marvelous.
Unless you get your finger in the front of it. Then
Yeah, I don't know. You'll cut your finger off. It is seriously powerful. So you don't want to. You only make that mistake once.
You can't get through it. Reaches a parts other things can't reach.
Right, just if you didn't know, now you do. Get yourself a textile gun. Right, I was still pouring over the chrysocolla. 23 of these little specimens, rated very good to A grade. This is a magic little flat, man. So the last look. Oh, there's that dolomite shell. Very fragile. Beautiful flat. It's going to cost $85 for the 23. That's flat 797. Nice. Right, on to some rose quartz hearts, rated very good to A grade. I'm expecting to see some magic here. That's okay. The orange sunlight isn't helping my pinkness. Right, this one's definitely beautiful, Jimmy. They weigh 1.52 kilos. They're going to cost $31 for 3 hearts. That's very cheap. Flat 824. Onto 2 large-ish Bucanotuk clusters. So this is a beaut. And it is kind of, it's well shaved at the bottom. 2 clusters weigh 1.52 kilos. They're rated very good 2A. They're going to set you back all of $69 for the 2. That is flat 816. Then something a little different. We've got fire quartz. Polished fire quartz, large-ish tumbles. Where are these from, Cara?
Kimberly.
These are Kimberly. That's quite very unusual. That is red quartz.
It's named cherry quartz.
Cherry quartz is another name. Okay, here's one that's not so cherry, but the rest are absolutely gorgeous. Basically, this is red hematoid tumbles. That's anything that makes sense to me. 1 kilo bags each. It's $14 per bag or per kilo. That's flat 911. Happy days. That's quite cool. $14 for a kilo. That's bloody cheap. Right, on to some Septori hearts, little mini hearts, 23 of these little fellas. They make up 500 grams, rated good, very good to A grade. We showed these in the fluorescent room just now, and they do light up a very nice shade of yellow. Long. Right, this flat is only $21 for 23. For 23, that's less $1 per heart. It's a no-brainer. Flat 874. Nguni Jasper, we got 70 little polished stones here from the Northern Cape. It's 2.34 kilograms, all rated as A grade. It's $26 for 70 of them. That is also a no-brainer. Flat 876. Nice. Onto some Lacasi juicy coated malachite. 6 specimens here, rated very good to A grade. They weigh 1.2 kilograms. And the juicy is absolutely gorgeous. Look at these little, here's little bridges of juicy reaching out from one space to another. Beautiful flat. It's going to cost $68 for the 6. That is flat 779. Then on to some polished blue lace. Yeah, I suppose you could call these palm stones. They are absolutely gorgeous. Good, very good to A grade. There's lovely patterns involved here. But quality, this is probably the good only. 35 of these. Let's just track a little bit. It's 1.53, $61 for 35 blue lace palm stones. That's a flat 850. Next up, we got 3 lovely Salrose specimens. Quite large. These gems are quite large, but a Colwezite there. Beautifully well formed dolomite. Very nice Salrose. Rated as very good. It's going to cost $51 for the 3 specimens. That is flat 857. Bucanotuk, there's 2 clusters of various, well, varying styles, I suppose. There's this little one where the limonite at the bottom with the large windows, with a large crystallization around the base. It's 1.65 for the both of them, so they're not quite as light. And then there's the variation where the small windows and that really small fairy-like crystallization around the crystal. That is a beautiful specimen. Does it stand? I hear you asking. Well, if you put blue lace beneath it, it stands rather well. Well, there it stands. An upstanding Bucanotuk. Well done, fella. This flat here is going to cost $80. That is for flat 869. That's a really nice cluster, man. Right, dioptase up next. I'll show you the boring one first. There's a little outcrop of rock with big clusters of dioptase. A bit of chrysocolla around the side as well. That is particularly attractive, actually. That is very nice. Both these, okay, so this is something, this is beautiful. That is stunning. Those formations there, and that's some beautifully well-shaped crystals, large crystals as well in the vugs. That is a stunning specimen right there. And these are going to, well, they weigh 1 kg. They're going to cost $197 for the two of these. For that, that's well worth it. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Flat 781. Juicy coated chrysocolla. We've got 3 specimens here weighing slightly more than 1 kilogram. The juicy. There we go. Do I still have any sunlight left? No. Yes. No sunlight. Anyone? Much better. Pterogenite there as well. Very, very nice. These 3 specimens are going to cost all of $82. That is for flat 844. Then all the way from Rimfastmark in the Northern Cape, there are 70 crystals, but we're missing one in the corner there because it's likely to cohabit. No, I don't see it. Cara, have you nicked a octahedral Rimfastmark fluorite? Because I'm missing one. Is it not in the... Am I not seeing right? Where is one cohabiting? Maybe not in the fluorescent. But look at these, man. They are absolutely stunning. These are not treated. They haven't been in acid. These are naturally cobbed pieces of octahedral fluorite from the legendary Rimfastmark. You don't want to focus, do you? Fine, you want to focus on something else. Some of these are light bluish, but yeah, more often, these have been transparent, which makes them a bit more of an anomaly. Nothing in nature comes out without inclusions. There's a slightly bluish one, but it doesn't seem blue when you hold it up. That's very odd. You see? Slightly blue? No. So we're going to find that one. But yeah, 70 beautiful, very good to A-grade Rimfastmark octahedral crystals. They weigh slightly more than a kilogram. They're going to cost $92. That's for 70 flat F13. Center of the trolley, and we've got a beautiful museum grade large dioptase specimen with a beautiful bladed malachite again. Look at this malachite there. large gems all around, all the crevices, all the veins. What makes this specimen extra special, apart from having a lot of diaptase, is the back has got more malachite. Look at that. When you look at that, that is just awesome. Diaptase, just all that beautiful malachite, and then obviously on the face value we got all that gorgeous diaptase. It weighs 5.27 kilos. It's going to cost $558. That is for one spectacular diaptase flat 516. Next up, a beautiful silicificated chrysocolla and malachite. Looks like it was painted on. That is absolutely glorious. As Nick spoke in a previous episode, there must have been some extreme sudden temperatures to cause what is paramount to melting the chrysocolla and causing this beautiful paint-like texture. Weighs 650 grams, rated as very good. This little fella here is going to cost $42 for flat 794. Onto a small little Sauvage dragon egg. This fella here is 3.49 kilograms. It's got beautiful velvety inside with lovely calcite crystals growing over the aragonite. Patterns are good. Let's just try and juggle this. Nice deep vugs in the back there. And more. That's a beautiful dragon's egg. 3.49, rated very good to A grade. It's going to cost, it's going to cost $80. That is full flat 522. Then Randburg. This is a now sprayed jobby, a large amethyst cluster. On you can see, you can almost, by looking at the you can almost hear the diamond chainsaw working its way out to the cavity to bring us this beautiful amethyst specimen. This is Brandberg at its very finest. Bit of a rarity and definitely very much of a collector's item. It weighs 1.85 kilos. These little crystals on the side as well. That is a spectacular Brandberg. Rated as very good only. This little specimen here is going to cost $447. That's flat 809. Then black tourmaline, a beautiful, and I'll show you beautiful because not only is it well shaped and lustrous on the top, but the bottom is almost better. Look at that. That is awesome. That's Namibia bringing us Orongo specifically, some of the best black tourmaline in the world. Very special. Weighs 1.16 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. It's going to cost $53. That is full flat 791. And then last for today, a little polished Malacola specimen, 750 grams. This little Congolese beauty. More special on the sides, obviously the bottom. Rated as very good to A grade. This little Malacola is going to set you back all of $40. $40 for flat 833. Right, guys, happy days. Thanks for joining us again tonight. It's been good, and there's good news. Namibia shipment. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, that's what he always says. And I always do say it. But I think we'll be having some fresh Namibian goodies shortly. Have a good one. Ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.